Good morning, Internet family. So I've got something that I've really enjoyed the last few days to share with you all. I've been studying Psalm 46 since Wednesday morning. It's a long time to study 11 verses, at least for me anyways, because I like to speed through things, and he's really teaching me how to do things differently. And I'm trying to dive into studying the original language anytime I'm studying the Bible now. I can't pronounce any of the things I'm studying, but learning how to look at what was originally said and then looking for the root words and seeing, what God actually said in these scriptures. There's so much more. Let me turn this music off, So much more to everything that I've studied so far than what we've been given in a translation. And that's not to bash any translation, because we do the best we can, but things just get lost, So I'm going to read Psalm 46 for us. This is the ESV. It's 11 verses. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. The nations rage, the kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come, behold the works of the Lord, how he has brought desolations on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the chariots with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. So again, that was Psalm 46 verses 1 through 11. I really have pages of notes here, and I want to go through all of it. Like, there was so much in this. So I'm just going to kind of touch on a few things here. So in verse 1 and 7 and 11, we see fortress and we see refuge. And when I looked these words up, it gave me things like a shelter in a high place on a mountain for a goat, for example. And if the Lord's our shepherd and we hide in places, he's our hiding place, right? A strong tower, a high fortress, a high place of hiding, a secret place. So the Hebrew language is much more complex than ours, and each word can have a lot more meanings, and yet at the same time it's not to be confused, because all of these things are similar to one another, unlike the English language, where we have words that are used for very different things but the same word. Anyway, can you tell I get frustrated with English? So he's not just a helper in trouble. He is a hiding place high above any other. When we reach to him for help, we're reaching to a place that no one else can reach. We're reaching to a place that is always secure, that is never going to be able to be taken out, that is truly, truly hidden from the enemy. And it is a fortress. It is a strong hiding place. It is a safe shelter. And I really liked verse 3. Though its waters roar. The word roar, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but it translated from let them make noise. And I love that, because, that's what a lot of circumstances and people that are against us in our lives, that's all they're doing, is making noise. So let them make noise. All they're doing is making noise. They don't have to affect us. Can we respond to this in a way that affects our life? Absolutely. We can absolutely shatter our entire everything that we have due to somebody making noise, but do we have to? Is it something that they're actually threatening us with, or is it our own reaction that winds up hurting us? Let them make noise. Their noise doesn't have to hurt me. I really liked the root word for that. And then talking about the river in verse 4, whose streams make glad the city of God. So we know the Holy Spirit is the living water and the Word, and then this translates into joy, a river of joy. Both the words for river and glad came from joy in the Hebrew language, and that touched my heart, because the joy of the Lord is our strength, right? So that empowered me, just even reading and studying that. Move on to 6. So I have so many notes. So verse 6, where it says, The nations rage, the kingdoms totter, and he utters his voice and the earth melts. This one was really fun for me, but the highlight of that for me was the word utters. I'm going to guess maybe Natan, I'm not sure, but the Hebrew word, however it's pronounced, isn't just a speaking, it's to give, to put, or to set. So God's voice, and we know this from creation where he spoke everything into existence. He didn't have anything that he is the potter and we are the clay, but here we are existing. So at this time when he created, all he used was his voice and his breath. So his voice puts and sets and gives. His voice, just his voice alone is the power that moves things. So no matter how much noise anybody's making, no matter how much rage any of the nations are doing, by the nations it means all people, every person in the entire world, no matter what they're doing and how threatening they may be, how intimidating they may be, his voice is the ultimate power. His voice will stop, move anything, create anything. And then the verse that drew me to this. So I heard a song. I think I heard it for the first time that I was actually paying attention Tuesday. And I've been in a really weird place for weeks, months, maybe even. Anyways, so this song kind of drew me in, and it's be still, and I'm not even sure who sings it, but be still and know that I'm God. And it kept repeating that. And I knew it was a Bible verse, so I looked it up, and I needed to know the context. I needed to know the whole thing. And it's so cool how the Lord gave this to me in the timing that he did when I needed it the most. So be still doesn't mean sit down and stop moving. It doesn't mean just sit there and wait and don't be productive. It doesn't mean anything that could be interpreted as lazy or useless or not moving. What it actually means is cease striving. So looking it up, I got to this one today, finally. Harpū, maybe? Let go, release. And it's not, the word is not implying anything inactive. It's not implying inactively doing nothing. It is implying an active release. So what this implies is surrender. What this implies is giving it to God. So this is, for me, this is where I've been so busy doing all the things and working so hard. This is the Lord telling me, child, stop, give it to me. Give it to me, and know that I'm God. So the word know, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one, but it doesn't just mean to know, like to be, like you know me. A lot of y'all know me, but you don't really know me, right? So it comes from the root word yada. I can pronounce that one, and that one is know. But the Hebrew word that is actually used here is to know intimately, to truly understand, to be revealed. So it's just not like I know of that person, I know who that person is, I know what they're about. This is to have a close relationship with. This is to truly understand how God actually works. So what he's telling us in Be Still and Know That I'm God is to stop doing things yourself. Stop trying to be your own God. Stop trying to build your own kingdoms, or, and this one is where I get hit in the gut, stop trying to build my kingdom in your own strength. Right? I can't build his kingdom in my own strength. Who am I? But to stop doing that, to release that need, that urge, that doing mentality and tendency to him, and to know him, to come so close to him that we understand him. And in that way, we start doing his will instead of our own. And he will be exalted among all the nations. He will be exalted in all the earth. I had a little trouble with the word that's used here for exalted. But it is to bring up and to extol, to go up. And then we see nations again, and in all the earth. So what that's saying is that God's going to be sovereign. He is sovereign over everyone, over everything. So this whole passage, these last few days, has been like where I'm getting my strength, where I'm getting my joy, where I'm getting my encouragement. Because, it does tell us God is our refuge and strength, our very present help in trouble. So let this be an encouragement to anyone else today. Our circumstances don't have to beat us up. Our circumstances don't have to win. No matter what's going on, these 11 verses speak of a lot of things. They use natural disasters and wars for reference and what God can come against. But in all of these few 11 verses, God is sovereign over all of these things. God is sovereign, and all He needs for us to do is to release whatever it is that we're hanging on to, whatever it is that we're doing, whatever our desires are, to release those to Him and to understand Him, to come to a place where we intimately know Him, and that He is God over anything we're experiencing and over ourselves. You guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I love you all.